Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. You are watching the Austrian National Qualifiers. It is the finals, of course, today. You are watching. You'll be starting with the lower bracket finals. My name is Kronos. Alongside me is Ray. He's going to be bringing you all the action as well. And if you haven't followed or liked or subscribed to the channel, make sure you do. Also, a big shout out to everyone that made this possible. Of course, it is the National Federation of Austria. You also have the sponsors Tartarus, White Feathers Arcadia, Flying Eagles, and Heinerfest Gaming. So without further ado, you know it's the finals, you know it's the lower bracket, Ray. You know which team is cooking and which isn't. We'll get straight into it as we take you into the draft, folks.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm looking forward to it. After so much action yesterday, right? We pushed through the absolute third game each time, both of these teams, right? So, but first, we're going to focus on the lower bracket finals. It's Violet Xylophones versus Underrated, the ones who came, they were pushed back, but they were able to come up quite up a bit. And I'm really looking forward to, after all, we have quite the names, right? We have a lot of players here. And obviously, Underrated is going to be really... What can I even say? We have Violet Xylophone Soda, we have Untouched, YSM, all of these players, and also we have Himaru yesterday with his Dyrot. Lot of things that I'm looking forward to tonight.
Yeah, true. I'm looking forward to it as well. Violet Xylophones, as well as making sure that they find their way. Who is it gonna be that's gonna face Flying Eagles in the finals? That's the big question, because they were the representatives before, and will they be the one to do it again, Ray?
I mean, obviously, Flying Eagles, they're obviously the sponsors. We would hope so. So they keep on sponsoring, but no. Obviously, the best, the ones deserving, and obviously the challenge would be even better, right? Flying Eagles want to look for the challenge, and hopefully the team that can come on top of this lower bracket finals, they can bring it, right? We're all here for that, and we're just gonna see the draft unveil too, right? And we're gonna head straight into it and see what they're cooking up with, because Underrated especially, I'm looking forward to them. Honestly, call me biased, I'm looking forward to them, especially after what they did with the Roth.
Oh yeah, that Diroth was a menace, wasn't he, yesterday? He was an absolute beast, and then the next time it was just like it was just like, why are you playing support heroes when you can play a Diroth that good? So yeah. I mean, at the moment I'm just trying to find a way to make sure that they're able to get their stride. But then, oh my goodness, the way that it went about. Yeah, you got to ban that D-Rot.
Definitely do. But not really sure what Violet Xylophones are also thinking. Maybe it's an ego issue. Maybe they think, we can handle a D-Rot, maybe. They probably think that. But, that might be a big maybe. And you don't want to deal with that. Especially when you have a maybe J in your team. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think at the moment, Violet Xylophones, after pushing the Flying Eagles to like the second phase and like clinching a victory, it was good, but then not able to make it all the way kind of, goes to show that maybe they'll be the ones to kind of get into the finals once again, just to make sure will it be exciting, will it not? But of course, at the same time, let's not forget, right, they're like, Soda was a part of Flying Eagles, and now he's not. But he doesn't really. There's no bad blood. Of course, there's no bad blood. Apparently, it's just just a matter of being Soda wanting to lead his own team, and I think we know how that turns out, right? Usually. So, will this be the opportunity for them to get to the finals, or will they not? That's the main thing.
Yeah, Soda wants that, right? Soda wants that rematch, and he wants to show that he can lead too. But obviously, there's Underrated standing in that road, and we have to see how big of a roadblock it is. Is it a speed bump that they can just go through with it without any issues, or it is a huge wall that they need to climb atop of? The question is going to be quite interesting to look for the answer of.
Yeah, exactly. And at the moment, all I can say for both the team is Viel Glück. I hope I said that right. I hope I didn't butcher it.
Cronus learning new words.
Of course. It just means good luck, right? At the end of the day, it just means good luck. Let's make sure that it doesn't get that bad. I mean, like my German in the game, of course. But let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the Austrian National Qualifiers and looking at the draft so far, Ray. They already got the gold lane kind of countered, but then they throw in this last doozy, putting the Granger in the jungle and taking his Bruno into the gold lane.
Granger jungle, it's been a lot of seasons that I'm not really sure how it's going to work out for simple reasons. The passive, it doesn't work out, right? You want to stack up and staying on the jungle, kind of, if you kind of get backhanded of it. You want to stay in lane, you want to get those minions, you want to get those stacks, but at the same time, if you can funnel a lot of resources and give him a lot of kills, you can obviously stack up a little bit more, right? That's probably what they're planning to do so, but the execution, it's been a while, so I'm really curious to see how the execution is going to work out, because obviously it's the final chance today, it's the lower bracket finals, and I know they will have another chance if they lose out, but you gotta make sure you get the win on the first try, right?
That's true. You got to make sure you get the win indeed. But will they be able to do so? Only time will tell. And only we will find out, of course, as we get into the game soon enough. The draft phase is set. They already got their hands on this D-Rot again, Ray. Will this D-Rot be the end of Soda's leading career, or will it be only a step towards success and facing Flying Eagles in the grand finals? We'll find out, because you're watching the lower bracket finals, of course. I'm Kronos, alongside me, Ray. We'll be bringing you this action. And Ray, looking at the draft, which one do you like more, and take us into the game?
I'm going to be honest with you. I am definitely liking the side of underrated more, but I know the Valor is a sus pick, I would say, but it might just work out, because the Granger jungle, I'm a little doubtful, but I'm looking forward to it, because after all, the execution and all of the plans working out would be absolutely beautiful to see, and I'm really looking forward to how Violet Xylophones are going to be executing everything. After all, Soda, I want to see how good they're going to be leading on, and just like that, we are into the land of dawn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Violet Xylophones versus Team Underrated, and this is the lower bracket finals, and this is the best of 3. Let's see who gets the first game and sets a momentum that the other team will try to break.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's going to be a crucial one to fight for momentum, because that's the most important thing before they get into the game. And I think at the moment, if you ask me, Himaru has all the momentum on his side after playing those beautiful D-Rot games. And oh my goodness, there's possibly no way to stop him as well.
Absolutely. I'm really looking forward to Android 17, because yesterday he was the jungler for the first parts, but then obviously Himaru picked it up with the D-Rot jungle, so he went to the gold lane and actually did a really good job, because I remember the Irithal bursting out of Vexana in a split second, and that's something. Oh, Soda, he is not able to dominate his lane, looks like it, or is he? 50-50.
You can see Kuroka knows where he wants to be, always wants to be on top of Soda, making sure he doesn't get the time of his life in the EXP lane, trying to dominate him and trying to take advantage.
Yes, and right now, looks like their focus is shifting towards Android 17. Very understandable one. They want to make sure they deny the lane, and that's their focus in. Himaru notices it and do want to go for it.
Spectre step, Abyssum strike to get the first blood. What an execution. It was almost perfect, but watch out for the Rhapsody, because Android 17 looking to fall down, but not there yet. Ysam cannot get out of harm's way because of the bouncing ball. Pimple Popper, the doctor, trying to make sure he runs away. Is he able to survive? Yes, he does. You're right, Ray. This Valir did look sus, but looking at the fact that it's paying dividends in this early game phase for their side means that, it's all right.
And ooh, okay. Maybe Jay, get out of the situation. But, I really find it interesting. After your joke about Kraken House, there looks like a lot of doctors here. Like, we have Dr. P, we have Dr. Pimple Popper, everyone. Gotta give the surgery. Okay, curtain call.
Curtain call on towards them, but Sir lags a lot, eats a face full of bullets, and guess what? He gets taken down by the Yin Yang. Overturn, and Untouch was able to pick up the kill. Kuroka right now charging the Tyrant's Revenge, going on towards them. Bouncing ball is there. Wrapped it to make sure he gets out. Soda went in with the flash combo with the Beast Blast as well, but not able to pick up the kill. I think Dr. Pimple Popper right now goes in for those burst fireball combos, and instantly they do not want to contest for the turtle. That's a surprise.
It is a surprise, because Himaru on the previous night, he was really hell-bent on taking the objectives, because obviously combo it with the Destruction Rust, it just secures the turtle so perfectly. It's like chef's kiss, but I don't know why. Perhaps they're feeling the pressure from Violet Xylophones already? I don't think that's the case. It's the first turtle though. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, and let's see what they do in the second one. But just like, yesterday comparison, Himaru went in for the opposite lane against the turtle and prioritized the goal lane. He did not do it in this game. So I'm really curious what the plan is this time around. Are they like a little bit hesitating because it's wireless xylophones? Understandable, but still. Oh,
Solo pick off camera, but at the same time, I think Himaru just wants to play aggressive. Went in, Abyssum Strike is there, but there's no follow-up coming through, and he eats a face full of Rhapsody as well. And Kuroka has to run away because they get 2 kills for the price of none. And I think that was a little over-aggressive coming in from Himaru, and I wouldn't blame him, Ray. I really wouldn't blame him. As a D-Roth, you want to snowball as hard as you can in the early game.
yes, he does, but the magic might not just be working out in your favor today. Oh,
look at Granger. His positioning. He wants to use the Rhapsody on towards Kuroka. Is he going to? Yes, he does. And you can see the damage coming out already. They go for the yin-yang overturn as well. Kuroka will fall down, but here comes the heavy crossbow along with the Abyssum Strike from Himaru. But the damage is too much for them to deal with, and they have to back off because there's no frontline presence. But Dr. Pimple Popper right now, canceling the recall of Untouch already. Burst Fireball coming through. Sam being pushed back, but is that enough? He flickers out of harm's way. And I think it's been back and forth, but momentum definitely on the blue side as well, right?
yeah, Violet's Xylophones obviously have the momentum. You can clearly see with the 4,000 gold lead, and they even have 4 kill lead as well. Really great balance. And right now they're trying to level things up even more, as right now the second turtle is... This Granger jungle is somehow miraculously working out well because he's able to maintain the distance from Himaru, but okay.
Oh my goodness, they go in, they get the turtle as well. Maybe Jay's the one to pick it up, but you can see who's on a killing spree. Of course, it is that Granger destroying them one after the other, and as Matilda is paying dividends, the mobility that was required, providing this Granger more speed and towards farming, and also the vision that they need, and Kuroka's not really able to do anything about it. They're relying a lot on Android 17 to carry in towards the mid to late game phase, but will it be too late, Ray?
It might be, because yesterday Himaru was able to give them enough window and space to farm. Oh, the top lane.
Wait a minute, what was that? Who are you? Because Kuroka right now is going to get burst down. He has the world. He wants to go for the damage. Abyssum Strike comes in. Sliding tackle. Maybe Jay gets out of the way. And Android 17 does not have the crossbow unlocked yet, so doesn't want to go for it. But meanwhile, the mid lane, you can see Dr. Pimple Popper should get taken down quite easily. Mega kill in the hands of this Granger. And he is having a 4-0-5 snowball in 6 minutes.
Things have completely turned. Yesterday Himaru was in the driving seat, but this time around he's getting met with an equal competition because Granger here is just not letting him do anything about it. Look at it.
Oh my goodness, the Tyrant's Revenge Rage combo with the flash step and the flash combo as well. Combos left, right, and center. Kuroka should be the one to fall next. It's a double kill in the hands of the Granger. Sam able to sacrifice himself for the better good. They lose 3 for the price of 1. A lot of spells baited out as well, Ray, but I think this time, yin-yang overturn, but the burst is present and he gets taken down. That was an unofficial wipeout coming in from their side.
Untouched just surprises me each time, and I'm so looking forward to him even in the next match. But what's happening on the bot lane?
Yeah, Soda trying to survive. He has the flash step. He goes in. He's able to, thanks to the guiding wind, along with the revitalize, and Android 17 realize not his day. Sir Laxdal goes in with the vengeance combo along with the curtain call, but somebody is too godlike for them to handle. The Rhapsody, the Death Sonata, just dealing way too much for them to deal with, and this is why a marksman in the jungle is so dangerous, but you gotta wait. But if you feed him quite early on in the game, he is gonna be unstoppable indeed, and there is no lockdown for them to actually do anything about it, Ray.
Funneling the resources to the Granger, and it was so well done. I was talking about the execution, and they nailed it to the bits. And right now they have a staggering 9 to close to 10,000 gold lead.
Oh my
look at the burst.
Untouched. What was that combo? The yin yang overturn. He has not missed a single time, but Soda from behind, making sure they get them left or right and center. Will this be the final nail in the coffin for them? Because they're going so aggressively, and you can see maybe Jay, he's a marksman in front of the tank in the base. Crystal standing there so menacingly, and they can't really do anything about it.
team Underrated, they have to bite the bullet and play the back end right now. They have to just stay in the comfort of the bases and just clear up the lanes as much as they can, and obviously hope Android 17 can come online. But it's not going to be the case when they have a staggering 12,000 goal deficit right now, along with such a low scoreboard. They are not able to get any kills, not able to prioritize any objectives either as Violet Xylophones. It's just proving themselves to be superior, especially Untouched. What are those combos? Because
no, Yin Yang overturn again gets them at the same time. It's a double kill, gets the 2 targets that are so important, right? And Himaru falls down as well. That is the 4th. Make this a wipeout. Kuroka's the only one left standing, but what can he do? He's a lonely Kufra. He can get invisible all he wants. He can conceal himself all he wants, but they want that from him. He has not been able to provide the sets for his team because they're just ignoring him straight up and going for the back line.
Kuroka might be a mummy, but he doesn't have enough bandages for his team right now because the score is staggering 23-3 and goal lead is 14,000 under 10 minutes. Absolute diabolical domination from the hands of Violet Xylophones. And what can I... Okay, do they want to go in because the Lord is here? They probably want to end it right now.
Yeah, they probably do. The Lord looking healthy, and Sir Laxalot just goes down after taking some balls to the face with the bullets as well. A Rhapsody, make that a triple. Oh, just give him the savage, but he doesn't want it. They end the game. Going to the grand finals is much more important at this stage. So they just want that crystal. Take game number 1 in their hands. And will they be able to secure their slot in the grand finals and go against Flying Eagles? That's the question, Ray. And what a game it was.
What a game. And the fact that it happened under 10 minutes, right? It happened under 10 minutes. Violet Xylophone just clearly shown why they deserve to be here, right? To represent. And obviously Soda, he wants that rematch against Flying Eagles, right? He wants it, and I can see the determination. The absolute domination coming in was not just insane. I actually can't find the proper words because I just feel like underrated. I think they were a little confident, right? Obviously with the Deroth and the ESL that worked out so well yesterday, but it's not doing the magic tonight. Kuroka with the Kufra as well gave such great sets yesterday, but it's not working well, mainly because of a simple fact, is that YSAM was making sure that any engages, they can just disengage from it anytime and obviously still funnel the resources to the Granger. It is really diabolical how well they executed the composition that I was doubtful, by the way. I was telling you, the Granger, I'm a little doubtful, but it worked out extremely well. Such precedented skill. Amazing to see.
Yeah, it was quite amazing to see indeed, and I think it came down to the fact that this Granger was given enough time and enough space, right, in the early game. And with the Valier being there, kind of underwhelming, if you ask me. If he was able to dominate the early game, it would have been a different story, right?
Agreed, yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully this time around for game number 2, it might not be so. But looking at the way that the game's gone about, Ray, looking at how Underrated have found a rhythm, found a way for themselves to get the wins from last night. Of course, with that Deroth in the jungle, Himaru is playing the aggressive Deroth game that we saw, right? We saw that they have to play the aggressive Deroth game, but there is no way for them to get that transition, or if they do want to, they got to get some support for this Deroth to make sure it works.
Have to. And it's just that I feel like Violet Xylophones have definitely done their research, right? They knew the aggressive gameplay that was coming in, and they knew what kind of roadblock they needed to put in the road to make sure he would stumble upon and fall down. And absolutely, the rhythm is now kind of broken, right? They're kind of shaken up. We can clearly see now they need to find a proper, more strategy. They can push Himaru into the jungle again, or do they want to bring back Android 17 into the jungle, which was what they were doing until the switch up happened? What is their plans going to be? Because Violet Xylophones, they are looking for a clean sweep. They're looking for a 2-0, and obviously they will also want to be in that grand final. So I'm looking forward to what they can bring to the table. They brought the surprise factor alongside 10-inch unbuffed with the Franco. So I'm looking forward what they can bring tonight. Is it something different, or they're gonna go with the same formula, trying to make it better and hope it works out?
Yeah, hopefully it does, because at this point I feel like they gotta find an answer, right? They gotta find an answer. They gotta find a way to make sure that they get their slot in towards representing Austria in the European qualifiers, and then further going on into the IESF main stage, which is going to be happening in Riyadh. So yes, it is the road to Riyadh. You are watching the IESF National Qualifiers for Austria. If you just tuned in, you're watching the finals, of course, at the moment. So stay tuned while we're still here. So like, subscribe to the channel, and of course, you want to follow the sponsors, who are Tartarus, White Feathers Arcadia, Flying Eagles, and of course, Heinerfest Game. If you want to get along with them, you want to reach out to them, you want to be a part of their community, you can always go and check out the links in the description as well. And also at the same time, while you're at it, why don't you follow Ray? He's here as well. Ray will give his socials. Ray, what's your social?
I made it simple. It's Do, Ray, and Ja.
See, Dude
Like,
Ray Ja.
all together.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's quite easy as well. So make sure you follow him.
Yeah.
If you want to follow me, you can follow me. G_Chronos. It's everywhere. It's the same thing. But of course, a big thank you and a big shout out to the National Federation of Austria to make this all possible. Because if they were not involved, if they did not give the green light, if they did not want to do it, this would not be happening. So it is a big shout out to them and making sure that this was possible. Because some of those countries don't support that. For those of you who know, it's a sad story. But at the moment, it is what it is. And I think the players are about to get ready. So until they get ready, folks, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be back after a short break.
Always on the way.
Your team is banning.
The Immortal One chose me to vanquish the
team is
shadows
banning.
that plague this world.
No one can escape my iron
Your
fist!
team is banning.
Hello, my friend.
Your team is banning.
Only love and night
Your team
are
is
everlasting.
banning.
Everything engulfed in flames.
Your team is picking.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Of course, we're back again for the lower bracket finals at ICU Kronos. Oh, and of course, this is going to be the second game after a staggering and obviously a dominated game by Violet Xylophones. This time, Underrated is looking for some answers, and obviously the questions are raised against them after such great domination that they showed yesterday. Today, they're shown to be crumbling, and we are looking forward to if they can find the answers and show us something new to be surprised at. Of course, right, Kronos?
Yeah, of course. We are waiting for them to get into their groove, find their way, and make sure they get to represent Austria in the European qualifiers for IESF. But right now, let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, we want to get into the game. I know you heard a little bit about the draft coming through. Let's get straight into it. So right now, if you ask me, which team is the one that's kind of winning the draft, Ray? I don't know. Usually you don't see a Nana being picked first.
You know, funny enough, Volk picked up the Nana and made it work, right? So maybe this time around they can make it work as well. But Nana first pick, I am not sure. And also the Valir Ben coming in. Are they like trying to flex and style on them a little bit? Like pick up anything you like, because Untouched has gotten the Selena, and let me tell you, like, I don't know how people rate her, but I think she's an S tier mid laner for me right now, because the amount of engaged potential she has, and can give you the chance to go in for and charge. She's amazing.
Yeah, I think
Let's hear from the crowd.
it's.
Make some noise.
It's I like the Selena. I agree with what you're saying. You're right, but I'm just still perplexed about this first pick Nana. I've never seen a first pick Nana unless and until I'm playing like my rank games, right? I'm still in Grandmaster, so yeah, it kind of it hurts.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not.
I just
in
realized.
Grandmaster, bro.
I just realized, Clap by Alex is here this time, and he was clapping with that Nana Molina Blitz, if you remember last night. And I think they're here to work that magic again with Himaru on the table. And Kuroka, it's really surprising that he's again going for Kufra, because it did not work out in the first game, but he does have some mindset, some plan in mind to think that maybe this game it will work around. There's the Harriet, there's the Selena. Yes, they have dashes, so you can block them with the bouncing ball, but is it really enough? Because you do need to make that setup if you really want to go in and give your team the opening to go engage.
Yeah, will they be able to, find that opening? That's true, but Soda. Okay, let me tell you something about Soda. I remember his Lapu Lapu from last year as well. I took a little bit of a sneak peek. This guy's Lapu Lapu is on a different level.
Okay.
It's the same thing I said about his Yu Zhang, and I think at the moment it just goes to show that his hero pool is wide, but it's that, you know, the earlier meta where you kind of had the EX player dive in, go gung-ho at the opposition and backline, rather than doing a chain CC sandbag, which it is kind of right now. So I think it might work to their favor, just because Sir Lags-a-Lot has also gone in for like the CC route, right? And going in for the poke with this Kufra being a menace, unless and until they go for anti-heal as the first item, which is very crucial here, I think Soda will be dominating if they don't do that.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the play styles, right? Soda needs to dominate his lane to really create that opening for his team to do so. He was able to do it in a previous game. Even if it felt like 50-50, his presence was felt. And obviously in this game, it's going to be really important because obviously they have two, you know, magic damage dealers. One is gold lane, one is mid lane. Selena, though, she's not exactly like a typical mage. She's not like Farsa where she can maintain the distance. She needs to go a little bit closer to deal that damage or at least create the opportunity for the team. So he needs to watch out or at least create that opportunity. But the same time, right? Kuroko is going to be standing in front. He's going to be that hill that they need to climb on. And how many rocks and how many stones they need to, you know, walk with bare feet or shoes. Not sure what they have, but hopefully they're ready to face the struggles.
Yeah, hopefully they are, because right now, I mean, this draft has been going all right, and I feel like this Selena is going to be a big difference maker, just hitting those abyssal arrows from far. They're looking to get... Oh, no. A Cho in the Rome with the pick-off ability coming in from Selena, as well as the Harrod.
Oh my
So
god.
they definitely have the burst, but you know what? On the other side, we've never seen this. We've seen this once in a blue moon. That gold lane Freya, that is just completely unstoppable if not checked early.
Once in a blue moon, but for me, this is once in a lifetime. I've not seen a Freya gold lane, definitely. Maybe in some tournament I might have missed out, but I'm waiting to see how it can really work. I do think there might be a switching or maybe not. I'm willing to see. Himaru can also go in for the Fanny. We've also a lot of impressive Fanny, but I'm okay. Popol and Kyupa, the amount of crowd control that they're really going for, but at the same time, again, another marksman jungle. Is it going to be really working out this time that there's a Freya with the Inspire too? What do you think of that?
I think this is going to be a completely dominating early game from the blue side, right? Because, of course, but they have vision control on the other. So vision control is going to be on their side. But will Himaru... Well, this Himaru keeps throwing us off. Not gonna lie, Ray. If you can play Fanny, why aren't you playing Fanny? If you can play Fanny, why aren't you not playing Fanny? Just you have this hero in your arsenal, so why are you not trying it? Like now they're backed into a corner. Now he pulls out his trump card, and next thing you know, now they're gonna start dominating the game. It's just they have the early game prowess. But will they be able to find their way into getting that snowball super hard? Because Clap by Alex, like you know, is going to have a big role to play over here.
Definitely right. Mid lane contention, not the only thing that they need to look out for. They also need to look out for those engages. But anyways, we are already into the land of dawn. Obviously on the casting desk, it's Ray and Kronos. And we are excited to be here because after all, it's going to be a clean sweep if Violet Xylophones are able to show that they are definitely cut above the rest or underrated. Just work on that magic again, because just like you said, you know, he is pulling out his trump card like he's a magician, because I did not find anything under his pocket, but he definitely had it. Oh,
Android
what's happening?
17 super low right now with the spirit combo, able to clear the wave early on, but here comes Untouched. He wants to get him and doesn't find the opening just yet. Himaru, the Fanny, wants to get the buffs to make sure he can start snowballing, but here comes Telly trying to steal the waves. Here comes the Abyssal Arrows, connects Kuroka. They go for the Garrote as well, and at the same time Untouched wants to go in, but Himaru, oh my goodness, got the steel cables flexing at us at this moment, but the knockup coming in, and Telly, or rather Mao is what his name stands for, gets it taken down. The spirit combo has been crushed by Maybe J, and the early game prowess that they had on their hands has been nullified, Ray.
Immediately. And I mean, It is understandable. He did have the cables. He was trying to flex, but I feel like it did not really keep in mind the energy as well as the fact that Prevail was a little bit too low. I think that was a little bit unnecessarily aggressive right in the early game because you do need the level 4, right? To use a Valkyrie form to deal damage. Ooh.
That was kind of funny, wasn't it? The Astro side making sure that they could go through. Oh, Kuroka gets caught again in the Abyssal Arrow, but the knockup coming in. They get the kill thanks to the Abyssal Trap. And right now, Himaru, understand he's not having the greatest times, but Sir lags a lot. I don't think he's in the right place right now. Soda could go in for the bravest fighter, but Mao instead wants to go for the neutral objective, and the YSAM is just not letting him get the purple buff and untouched once again with the Abyssal Trap and the Abyssal Arrow connecting one after the other. They want to invade Ray.
God.
Soda goes in, bravest fighter right there. They can't really do anything, and there's the Land Shaker landing as well. Immune to CC, so this Nana can't really do much at the same time, but the Abyssal Arrows coming in left, right, and center. And oh my goodness, they have no way to kind of sustain themselves.
Kuroka can't really do anything. He is trying to soak up as much as damage possible, but how much can he really take? And he can't take every hit possible. He can't just stand in front every second. He needs to find a proper opening to create for his team, to use his bouncing ball to perhaps block a target, but he's not able to do so untouched.
Yeah, I don't know, Ray. This looks hard for their side, but here comes Android 17. He has a spirit combo, wants to go for it. You can see the damage is there right now. The Inspire is helping out, but at the same time, maybe Jay gets taken down. Finally, the opening that they needed. It's a double kill, and Mao had to run away with his tail stuck between his legs. Meanwhile, Soda trying to make the most out of the opportunity. Himaru misses the steel cables and wasn't able to pick up that kill. It was just so close. It was right there. But Soda, knowing his micro prowess, is able to survive.
So close yet so far. The energy was just not enough to do anything just yet. And we need to also focus into Mao, right? He will also be scaling up. Oh, the damage on Kuroka.
Oh, he has to flicker out of harm's way as well. Abyssal Trap comes in. Untouched wants to go in. Flicker not available just yet, but you can see they're trying to steal away all the jungle creeps one after the other, starving this Fanny, and will not be able to get any items, any gold, and they turn their attention in towards Android 17. That's been the threat. Zaman forces drop, but here comes the Spirit Combo once again. They go in for the way of the dragon, and they shut her down.
Immediate revenge shutdown, right? Freya got the kill with the 3 kills with the Inspire. An immediate shutdown, and right now we can clearly see Violet Xylophone's just having so much presence. You can even feel. Yep, no trades taken yet. Oh, but the mid lane.
Yeah, the knockup came in, but at the same time, Himaru wants to go in. He has to steal cables. You can see a lot of them coming out, but Sir lags a lot, gets the curtain call, but the Land Shaker, the Abyssal Arrow, just too much for them to deal with one after the other. The chain CC just locking them down, and they're not able to find a way out of these team fights. And you can see also maybe Jay on the bot side wanting to go 1v1 against Android 17, but I think twice after a Freya just got like a 3-2-1 KDA.
Yeah, right now Harry just needs to, make sure to expire. It's same mechanic as in Argus. You just need to maintain this. Oh, Android 17 just wants to go in for that aggro push.
Yeah, wants to
And
go for the
Himaru
aggro
backs off.
push, but right now Kuroka might be going there, bouncing ball to make sure Ysam's not able to dash out, but he gets a knockup regardless with the Jikundo. And on the top side, they target Sir lags a lot, and now they'll be taking down turret structures one after the other, Ray.
Yeah, this is where the Popol is going to be excelling at, and that's what they're probably going to do. Okay.
Oh my goodness, Himaru trying to go in, do some damage, but unable to do so. And even Clapper Alex used in the Molina Blitz, but to no avail, because they're not able to find the opening that they need, and because they've gone in for a frontliner that needs the early game damage, that has the early game presence. Now, without a marksman from behind, they really need Clapper Alex to start scaling really well, which is doing so good so far.
They did not really go in for a purple buff that I was expecting them to do, but it's kind of okay. They have nullified the Fanny's presence as much. Okay, bot lane, do they want to commit to it? Perhaps not. They do want the turret though. We can clearly see.
They do commit, don't they? They go in. Abyssal Arrow was there, but oh my goodness, the Spirit Break combo just doing so much damage from Android 17. This is why an Inspire on Freya is so dangerous. But meanwhile, Sam is just lurking around the corner. Mao wants to go in and invade into the orange buff. Doesn't get anything out of it, but here comes Himaru. Steel cables are there. Energy fully available. They want to get this bot lane tower, Ray, and I think Android 17 might be in danger.
Doesn't have the Valkyrie form anymore, doesn't have the Inspire.
The Flicker, Way of the Dragon combo gets it, but at the same time, you can see that they're trying to get the turret structure. They do, and Landshaker comes in from Soda, but Sir Laxalot a little late to the party. Molina Blitz gets the shutdown. Found the opening, but Mao right now dishing out the damage with Baitam Koopa. Himaru goes in, has the steel cables, doesn't want to get the kill, not just yet. He could go in with the Cutthroat, but went on towards Koopa, but they still picked up the kill, but untouched from behind with the Abyssal Arrows. Just being a complete nuisance on their side.
You know, Selena, just like I predicted, is just Hereking not just have being a menace, right? So much annoyance. The Abyssal Arrows are relentless. They're not stopping, and they're creating so many opportunities that the Fanny is not even prepared to do so. Kuroka here.
Goodness, maybe Jay right now gets caught out in the midst of everything, but gets taken down. Kuroka got the wall, got the clap back, but guess what? A double kill in the hands of Soda. Sir Laxalot can't really do anything. Abyssal Arrow coming. Oh, it looks like slow motion every time that arrow has been thrown out, Ray.
You know, you hit the point right on the head. But right now the turtle is
up.
up.
No,
obviously.
no, not like that, not like that. Himaru went down. He was looking for the opening, found the opportunity, but oh my goodness, Untouched has been a monster with this. He even baited out the vengeance from Sir Laxalot. And Sam looking for the play. He has Jeet Kundo's final combo. Wants to go for it. Gets the knock up and secures the kill on towards Sir Laxalot. Meanwhile, they even will get that tier 2 in the top side. So free real estate for them once again.
It's already down, and you can clearly see the map is turning red. The blueprints are gone.
Oh, was that a bait? But I think it's too little too late. They bait out the passive as well. Sam wants to go in. Does not have the flicker just yet. Has the flicker. Wants to commit. Android 17. What are you doing? Gets taken down by Popple and Koopa. And of course, Mao in the midst of everything, making sure it happens. Himaru comes in with the steel cables, no purple buff just yet. They get the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Kuroka gets caught by the Abyssal Arrow once again. Sam wants to make a play, has the flicker available, doesn't want to go for it just yet, but maybe Jay wants to. He drops his Amon Force, he gets 1. The big shutdown, they get 2. Himaru gets caught out, that's the double. On towards Mao, make that a triple, given the Maniac. But here comes Android 17 with the Valkyrie form. Wants to go for it, but the Way of the Dragon. Make sure she is put back, and that is a Maniac coming in into game number 2 of the lower bracket finals of the Austrian National Qualifiers.
What an exciting moment that was, and in that engage, Mao just absolutely went relentless. And obviously, all that farming and gathering those structures and objectives turned out well. Right now, level 14, having so much advantage. Oh my god, Untouched clapped Alex.
Oh my goodness, he goes in one after the other. They're trying to catch them off guard, but every single time they have their guard up after a team fight comes the Abyssal Arrow again and again. And Untouched just being a complete nuisance. This Selena Ray, like you mentioned earlier in the draft, you've been mentioning it throughout the game. I feel like Untouched deservedly probably going to be the MVP for this one if they get the victory.
Definitely gonna be the MVP, and I hope he is, because he's not just putting in the work, he's creating so many opportunities. It's just not about micro anymore. The amount of macro that he has created for his team, the amount of advantage, it just, you can literally feel it's palpable, right? And right now they're gonna go for the Lord, not gonna have any contest for it, and so much vision everywhere with this Abyssal traps, and overall Himaru can't really do anything.
Oh, Himaru almost got caught. Untouched wants to go for it. He gets the Abyssal Arrow. Actually connects right towards the end as well. Oh my goodness. That was the last part. That was where the animation of the Abyssal Arrow ends, for it to connect right towards the end. Oh my goodness. That is absolutely nasty coming in from Untouched right now. They haven't found an opening. They haven't found a way. They've even given the Lord. So right now, Will they be able to end, Ray? Will it be a 2-0?
You know, and usually I say there is a chance, but I'm not sure. Highly unlikely. Right now, Telly, Popol and Koopa are going to be diving into the base because he does have. Okay, looks like they're prepared. The Lord's gonna walk in.
Oh
Let's
no,
just see.
why Sam was in the midst of
Roka.
it in the wrong spot, but gets taken down. Himaru went for the wrong target indeed. Mao picks up the kill, but here comes the Abyssal Arrow as well. Zaman Force drop down. Sir Lagzala in the thick of it. Wants to go down, but he goes in. Soda with the Landshaker. The bravest fighter is there to save the day. Android 17 does not have the Inspire just yet, but goes for the Spirit Break combo and gets kicked back in the way of the Dragon. And I think this might be the end that they're looking for. And yes, it is. And oh my goodness, what a way, what a draft, what beautiful execution. It was an absolute masterpiece, this game.
It was absolute masterpiece, and it was not just exciting. What an exciting! Like, I'm feeling so hyped up, right? I'm gonna be honest. I was feeling a little bit sleepy early on because it's quite late, but no longer anymore. It got me pumped up immediately because of how much. Not just Selena. No. Selena, definitely. I know Soda got the MVP, and he's definitely feeling proud of it. Not just for a simple reason. We're going to talk about it later. He's going to be facing off against Flying Eagles in the grand finals, right? He wanted that rematch and he got it. So, of course, he's pretty happy to get what he deserves and desires. But at the same time, the Selena, absolutely insane and brutal. It was definitely a journey. And just like I said, the Popol just really worked out wonders for a simple reason that obviously you want to take down the structures with the Popol, and it did it with the bits. And it was great, but obviously the other team underrated. They are definitely underrated. Really did a great job. Brought a lot of surprises. We're going to be looking forward to it. After all, especially I feel like Kuroka did put a lot of work, right? Many people look up to him. Obviously, he's the real life cousin for Stefan, and hope to see him, the next time.
Yeah, hope to see him next time indeed. But oh my goodness, Ray. Oh my goodness. What a game. What a game it was. And one-sided Violet Xylophones making their way into the grand finals, of course. And I think it's just a matter of time till we find out who's it gonna be. But don't go anywhere. It was Ray and Kronos, and you're watching the IESF Austrian National Qualifiers. Of course, it is brought to you by, of course, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and it is the IESF Road to Riyadh 25. And of course, let's not forget to thank IESF themselves, and of course, the National Federation of Austria and the sponsors: Tartarus, White Feathers, Arcadia, Heinerfest Gaming, and Flying Eagles, who you'll be catching soon in the grand finals. So don't go anywhere, folks. Stay tuned. We'll be back soon enough.
Experience the
Your
euphony
team
of
is
suffering.
banning.
Only love and night
Your
are
team is
everlasting.
banning.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching the IESF National Qualifiers for Austria, the road to Riyadh 2025. My name is Kronos, and alongside me, we don't have Ray. He ran away. We got Sarah coming through, making sure that she brings her insightful analysis for this one. Of course, you're not looking at us in camera because we didn't want to waste any time. We want to take you straight into the game because you could see the draft going on already. And at this point, before we get any further, a big shout out to the people who made this entire thing possible. Of course, the National Federation of Austria, IESF themselves. This entire thing is powered by, of course, Mobility Bang Bang, and also the sponsors Tartarus, Whitefizz Arcadia, Heinerfest Gaming, and of course Flying Eagles, who are currently playing in the grand final, Sarah.
Yes, that is the most exciting thing about this, that Flying Eagles themselves actually secured a spot in the grand finals, clean sweeping their way through the playoffs, through the upper brackets, and then there comes their enemy who actually wanted a kind of redemption. They wanted a second chance to show their prowess against Flying Eagles because in the playoff stages they got knocked down towards the lower brackets, but today they're finally back and they have the second chance that they always
Always
wanted.
on the way.
Yeah,
Your
will they
team
be
is
able to
picking.
make sure they represent Austria indeed right now? Because if you ask me, I know a lot about Flying Eagles. This team has been there for a long time. Probably the top squad of Austria. They represented Austria last year in the national qualifiers. And they were even, they were almost about to get through in the European qualifiers, but kind of made mistakes against Georgia, got knocked out over there, and right now finding a way to make sure they bolster their squad and get into further stages of the European qualifiers, and of course further in the ISF main stage itself. But to get there, they had the help of Soda last year.
Your team
But this
is
time,
picking.
he said, you know what? Hey, Wolkenstern, I know you're the captain, but sorry, I got to go make my own team. There's no problems between us, is at least what he said. You never know. It could always be something internal. But let's keep it to surface level. He said he wanted to make his own team. He wanted to be a leader himself. And look where he's led his team into the grand finals, going through the lower bracket. No better story, is there, Sarah?
Definitely not, because you kind of want to make that identity for yourself, and that is exactly what Soda did with Violet Xylophones. And now they are here. They not only did they have to fight all their way through towards the lower brackets up until
The
here,
Immortal One
they
chose me to
actually
vanquish the
are
shadows that
fighting
plague this
Flying
world.
Eagles for a second time, which is what is very commendable. So they will definitely be looking to stay at the top of their game. Judging by the picks so far, there's Harith who will be moving in towards the goal lane for the side of Violet Xylophones, while Flying Eagles have picked up on the standard Suyo jungle, the best jungler currently in the meta, as well as a Hilda who could be going in towards either the roam position or the EXP. So we'll definitely have to see how Team Violet Xylophones decides to counter that. A CC, quite the recent pick against a Hilda, might be coming in handy here, but no, they instead lock in on the
I'm not the
Kacha
only one
and the
bound by
Phobius,
these
two very
chains.
strong tanky front lines for that Harith here.
Yeah, I think this Harith just wants space, right? He just wants space to dance around. And you know what, Sarah? While there was the lower bracket game going on, I was just looking at how to translate this Harith's name, and it translates to Mao. So, I mean, easier for us as casters to actually read something that we understand, even though we don't. We make sure we put in the effort to bring you such a quality. You know, we want to bring you the best cast, and that's why you have some of the best casters here for this IESF Austrian National Qualifiers. Myself, Kronos, alongside me, Sarah. So, I don't think you're going to get a better pair at the moment. Ray, don't worry. I know you're feeling a little left out, but Ray's there in the corner, of course. He has a soft
find
spot
a
in our
new
hearts,
world
folks. And
for
you
all
know
of us.
he's been doing a brilliant
Banning.
job as well. And, of course, shout out to Fredo, who was here earlier, and also Ray Ash for helping out in day number 1. But right now, it's not about them. It's not about us. It's about Austria, who's going to represent. It is the finals, of course, a best of 3 nonetheless. Will it be Violet Xylophones or will it be Flying Eagles? Looking at the band so far, you can say it's 50-50, Sarah. What do you think?
Your team is banning.
Definitely a 50-50, I would say, because the Hayabusa ban, it's quite justifies it against the Suyo, because Hayabusa can just use up his shadows, bait out Suyo's skills, and then use the quad shadow kill to find a possible pick-off on the map before an important team fight begins. As for the spells, though, both Harith and Kacha will be on that vengeance, so Team Flying Eagles will really need to strategize on what goal laner they want to pick up, considering the fact that both Irithel and Granger have been banned out, so a Beatrix maybe or a Moskov. But as for their last ban, they definitely need to ban out on a mage, possibly the Sicilian or even the Lunox, which could counter the tankiness of Hilda's and have immunity against that Suyo.
I
You know
am
what,
more
Sarah?
than a
You're
weapon.
bringing such crazy, insightful analysis, and I was just like looking at the poll
been
that
waiting
was
for too
made,
long.
right, to make sure who will be the one to actually take this victory. At least look at the audience prediction, right? And it was 100% towards Flying Eagles. The support that Flying Eagles has, of course, is absolutely insane. But to think about how they've been performing so far in this entire tournament, they've represented Austria last year, and having 100% of the audience's votes, not just here, also in the and also parallelly running the Twitch stream. And everywhere else where it's being shared, of course, all the sponsors. If you want to make sure you follow their Discord, the link is in the description. But having 100% of their votes, Sarah, I think that's absolutely crazy.
That's exactly what Flying Eagles have done for themselves so far in this tournament. They have made
Time
that
to drop
name.
the beat
Especially
of the
Mr. 10-inch unbuffed on that Franco. The things we saw in game number 1 of the playoffs, that was just so commendable from him.
May the force
We
be
do
with
think
you.
that we might be
Whoa.
seeing a
Your team is
recap
picking.
of that today. Franco could still very much be picked up by him for Rome while Hilda goes to the XP. But for the draft of Violet Xylophones, that's going to be a joy in the mid lane along with an Alucard jungle. What are you going to say about that, Kronos?
Sarah, they got me thrown for a loop. It's an Alucard in the jungle that I have not seen in forever at the moment. I mean, let's not forget, it's not like the meta is kind of against them. It works, but Oh my goodness. Looking at the draft, the only thing that was remaining on the side of Flying Eagles was the Roamer, and I think Tigreal is a really good answer.
Definitely a good answer. Harith will be forced to change in towards that Purify, which means that Mobskov is going to have a slightly better time in during the team fights because that one less vengeance for him. But still, there's a joy on a vengeance and dancing around the Moskov and the Xavier with those electrifying beats. That's going to be tough for them to position during the team fights.
Yeah, it's going to be tough indeed. Not only are you going to have the Joy dancing around, you got the Harith dancing around as well with the Zaman Force when it's dropped completely. They're slowing them down. It's just, it's going to be a party, all right, in the land of Dawn for sure. And Alucard coming in like the hero that he is in the very last second. Going to be putting out those fission waves just to clear everything and then pick up the victory for themselves. So, ladies and gentlemen, do not wait any further. We are going straight into the land of Dawn right now. This is the finals of the Austrian National Qualifiers. You are watching the Flying Eagles, of course, going against Violet Xylophones, who made their way through the lower bracket. And right now, will they be able to take it all? It is game number 1 after all. My name is Kronos. Alongside me, Sarah. Sarah, take it away.
Thank you, Kronos, for that beautiful introduction to this game, and it just couldn't get any better. Two very strong drafts, a battle of sustain, a battle of execution during major team fights. The Garotkacha, the Joy, the Alucard, the Phobias, 4 of them way too tanky with a lot of lifesteal and spell vamp and sustain going to be coming in from the side of Violet Xylophones, while Flying Eagles will be looking for those bursts, the pickoffs with the implosion plays coming in by the Tigreal, damage, the Dawning Light from the Xavier, as well as the Blade Surge and Spear of Misery by the Suyo and Moskov.
Yeah, I think they need to find angles, right? That's what they're looking for. They have all the skills available. Of course, it's the flank angle that they need to be looking for. And I think early on in the game, we did see Mao poking out Stefan, but it got reversed right now. Prada goes in. He has the Soul Sever trying to dish out the damage. Untouched has been baited out of his vengeance, so not going to be available for this turtle when it comes up. And I think slowly but surely, they are making moves around the map. Flying Eagles, they're softening them up for the final blow.
Definitely so, but sadly though, YSAM on that Alucard has a little more EXP advantage on towards Prada before the turtle comes up. But Teninjan Buff definitely looking for that zoning on towards YSAM so that he can't come and steal away that crab from on towards them. Both the junglers will be saving their retributions before the turtle comes up, while the mid laners and the roams will be looking to get their level 4s for an early advantage on that turtle. A good rotation coming in from the side of Flying Eagles, so they definitely went in for that EXP rotation so that both the EXP and the mid laner can get that level 4.
Yeah, I think they're trying their best to make sure to zone them away. But oh my goodness, Untouched goes in instantly with the electrifying beats on towards Unbuffed. But at the same time, Adonis comes in, and here's Soda to spoil the party. Prada wanted to go in, but does not have the Soul Sever, trying to escape out of harm's way. AOG to make the separation along with the Spear of Destruction. And right now, first blood in the hands of course, the Flying Eagles. They get 2 with the Sacred Hammer, getting Soda caught out as well. Stefan makes his way finally into the party and gets YSAM a double kill in the hands of Vulcanstern, leading up from the front 2-0-2. And oh my goodness, Flying Eagles got the party started.
That was a beautiful initiation coming in from the side of Violet Xylophones, but Flying Eagles just turned that team fight around so much in their favor. That implosion play coming in directly under the tier 2 turret, and the sustain from Hilda's Revitalize is what helped them win out on that team fight of 4-for-1 trade. So that gave them quite a lot of early advantage, which is definitely going to be helping them because the Moskov from here is just going to be scaling up. There's no scaling down for him. And the early advantage is just helping Team Flying Eagles to try and secure this first game in their favor.
Yeah, I think Flying Eagles are looking for control. They want to secure this game. They want to make it a 2-0, end it quick so that they can go in and call it a night. But at the moment, I think of course foiling their plans of Violet Xylophones need to find a way. Untouched has the electrifying beats, gets caught straight into the implosion. Vengeance is popping at the same time. Mystic Field to keep them at bay. Beautiful coming in from Wolkenstern, knowing the timing into when to use that. Stack up the CC, chain him around, and take him down, because Untouched was the problem in the previous lower bracket match with the Selena. So you can tell he has the prowess with the Assassin, but instantly Wolkenstern realizing, respecting the Joy's capabilities, and taking them down just when the opportunity seemed to be.
Yes, and that's what you get for being one of the oldest players in the entire country. But an off-cam kill by the Harith on that. Oh my, sorry, the off-cam kill by the Moskov on towards that Harith. Such a wonderful play just before the turtle. Team Violet Xylophones are going to be one man down, but look at that. Joy getting caught out once more, and the AOG
connecting in towards them at the same time. Revitalize was popped as well. Vengeance comes in, but oh my goodness, they want to go in for more. Mystic Field is there, but the ground splitter able to get the double, call that a shutdown and make it a triple, because YSAM is asking right now the questions. He is there to dominate after picking up that triple, and Alucard only needs time, and time is what he got. 10-inch unbuff wants to go in, but the separation being provided by Maybe J. It was a beautiful AOG connecting, and I think they made the most out of the opportunity. And this is what happens with Flying Eagles all the time. They find the opening, but then let it slip just before a neutral objective, Sarah.
Yep, and that AOTG was the thing which changed that team fight, this time in favor of Violet Xylophone. They answered that team fight on towards the top with this time a team fight on towards the bottom lane. That is where the tables flipped, and the farm lead is now in favor of Violet Xylophones. This is what happens when you take down the major targets as you should. They took down Wolkenstein in that team fight. Joy definitely baited out on the major skills from the crowd control from the side of Flying Eagles, and that is where the Garot Kacha and the Harith and YSAM on that Alucard capitalized that team fight, just taking the bait away and then engaging.
Oh yeah, speaking of engaging, YSAM doesn't want to stop. He was 1v2. He did not care. The ground splitter with the fission wave doing the damage, but here comes the infusion from Unbuff. The Mystic Field misses, but the AOG connects, saves them, catches two. The taunt is there as well. Untouched went in with the electrifying beats. Did not want to give the finishing blow, but YSAM right now, after stealing their orange, he wants to go and he sees Adonis. They're all softened up. He wants to go for the kill, but realizes now is not the time, as on the bot side, they get themselves some free real estate.
This game is slowly slipping away from the hands of Flying Eagles, and we will really have to see if Stefan actually manages to farm up for behalf of his team and it actually carries away the late game in their favor, because as of right now, that Joy, Harith, they are dominating as much as they can. They're baiting out the major skills, and look at that, another off-camera kill on for Adonis by YSAM. He is really going the mile on that Alucard.
Yeah, but meanwhile, at the same time, after the recall taunts came in, Mao went in, dropped the Zaman Force. He's not the only one dancing around. Untouched joins the party as well, but along with that Soda, they're cornering them, backs against the wall. Flying Eagles needs to find an answer, because the momentum is completely shifted. The kill score is even, but the goal lead on the side of Violet Xylophones, a 3.5k ahead.
Exactly so. Like, if Team Flying Eagles does not manage to find an opening from here, they are just going to be losing out the major team fights. Sure, the Xavier is going to be scaling up, the Moscow is going to be scaling up, but they need the Tigreal, their front line, to actually stay alive long enough to take down the sustain, the tankiness from the side of Violet Xylophones, and that is exactly what is not working out. Team Violet Xylophones is just not going to give Team Flying Eagles the time they need to scale up enough, while they themselves capitalize on all this early farm that they've already gathered. But look at that!
Yeah, I think Zoda right now realizes he can 1v2. He has the itemization. Definitely he can sustain us as long as he wants, and he wants to go in and keep going in the entire time, and he forced Prada to recall. He is one level ahead, and he, even after that, wasn't able to take him down. That's the power of the Phobius, but right now Untouched goes on towards the back line, but they get caught in the implosion. AOG to create the separation right under the turret, but the Sacred Hammer bought enough time. Zaman Force being dropped. They're dancing around, but the damage is already done. 1-for-1 trade, and somehow, some way, Untouched is able to survive in the slightest bit of HP, and they're not even able to trade it for the tier 2 tower in the mid lane.
That was once again a demonstration of how that AOTG has been saving the side of the Violet Xylophones over and over again. Untouched was going to be dragged under that turret by Tigreal's second skill, but that AOTG came right on time and just knocked him up, so that Untouched had that split-second opportunity to dash away from the range of Tigreal and save his life. That is where, once again, Violet Xylophones won out on that team fight, and now they have all the privilege in this world to take down that Lord, secure and sink the waves in their favor on towards the top 7. Look at that once again, the AOTG being used defensively this time. Quite a smart decision after zoning out 4 people and allowing his team to just take the Lord in their favor.
Yeah, I think having the Gatot, maybe Jay used the AOG quite early on, means that he might not have that available just yet when the Lord pushes. So they want to slow down this Lord, but oh my goodness, so that was so close. I thought he did he use the implosion right there? Did we catch that? I'm not really sure.
I think he did. His ultimate marker is off, and that might just be a very bad decision at this moment. I'm sorry to say that, but then again, they do have only the Saber and the Moscow for the wave clear, so we will really have to see how Team Flying Eagles decides to hold this one up. No real actual force push coming in, but look at that, the AOTG.
My goodness, AOG straight in the back line. He just jumped up and he jumped in, and guess what? He's got to go back to the base crystal because he's not there anymore. The team didn't follow up. The communication was missing on their side, and right now, without the implosion, 10-inch unbuffed is not able to make the opening that his team needs, but Ysam is there lurking around in the bushes, making sure Stefan is his target. He wants to go in. Soda right now catches them, but at the same time, Untouched baits out the Spear of Misery, but they don't care about Stefan. They want to destroy whatever's in front of them, and that was Adonis, a tanky Hilda, being burst down instantly in the blink of an eye. And right now, in the mid lane, somehow, someway, Prada trying to find an opening, trying to steal whatever's available to make sure they get something in their favor.
Definitely, Prada is one of the best junglers we have seen in Austria so far, but today definitely Ysam is proving to be equally worthy of that top 1 spot. He is already on through his level 15, and definitely Prada needs to step up here. He's looking for whatever farm he can scavenge from all over the map, and look at him, he's now in kind of a danger here.
Yeah, he's definitely in danger after the Fission Wave being used to slow him down. Prada, between a rock and a hard place, will go down. Everything been thrown at them. And I think he tried to find an opening as well. AOG creating the separation once again. The frontliners are going berserk, but not able to catch them off guard. And I think Flying Eagles realize that they do not want to fight because Stefan is not present. Wants to get the split on the top side without the Lord being present, but will not be able to secure even one turret structure. And after looking at this a little more closer, Sarah, I just realized that Flying Eagles have not been able to take down one single turret for the side of Violet Xylophones just yet.
And you jinxed it. The moment you said that, the minions actually managed to secure a turret on towards the top lane thanks to Seven's split push. So now Team Violet Xylophones need to keep an eye out for the Moscow and Suyo trying to do what they can do on this map, which is split and take down those tier 1s and tier 2s, while Team Violet Xylophones is distracted on for the Lord and Inimiters.
Yeah, I think right now they didn't want to burst it down just yet because they wanted to get that 11-second marker to make sure that the Lord is not coming in instantly. But right now the Lord has been secured. Violet Xylophones looking to march down from the bot side and secure this base crystal because it is the Luminous Lord. Untouched has been the target for 10-inch unbuffed so long. Just waiting for him to go in with the rhythm, with the beats, and then gets him with the implosion and Sacred Hammer. That's what's been the pattern so far in the match, Sarah. Will it be the same thing, or will 10-inch unbuffed have to go for a flicker play?
Definitely what we all are looking forward to here. We need the Tigreal to set it up for the side of Team Flying Eagles here, because otherwise things are looking very, very dire. But this time they got to catch up. Whoa, whoa, look at that.
Oh yeah, you can see instantly at the same time they go in untouched right now, gets caught out. Unbuffed wants to go in. The concealed play is there. They bait out the Vengeance. AOG catches them, but able to immune. No, it's not. Spear of Misery did connect, and instantly Stefan got the kill on towards Untouched. Adonis trying to create the separation with the Wilderness Blessing, but will get taken down after Mao dished out that Synchro Fission. Maybe Jade does not have the AOG, but Soda does want to go in with the Infernal Pursuit. The Lord looking quite healthy still, not been touched just yet. Looking to march down the bot side, Sarah, and right now they need to find that opening.
They definitely do. One front line down for the side of Flying Eagles, but looking towards the side of Violet Xylophone, the Herald is also low, so they will definitely be just backing off, letting the enhanced minions do their job while they clear up the lane, take away the farm from the hands of Flying Eagles so that no gold can be made over by them. So definitely here, that's 2 lords down, and we will really be waiting to see another lord come up.
Yeah, I think at this moment the side of Violet Xylophones did want to end, but the threat of that implosion still being active from 10-inch unbuffed was just a little too much. They didn't want to force the objective. They didn't want to force the end, and they understand that while being 6 or 7k ahead in this entire game, why not get a little bit more time? Let's farm up and then try and take the game, because the Lord is coming up in 45 seconds and YSAM is only going to get stronger and stronger. Oh my goodness, the implosion connected at the right time. AOG catches 3, but at the same time Prada falls down and he's going berserk in the back line. YSAM with the fission wave, with the ground splitter, and at the same time Mao picks up a double and YSAM wants to go for more, but the Sacred Hammer not buying enough time. Mao gets a triple, and now they're looking for the end. The only one left standing, Wolkenstern, call him the oldest player in Austria, but at the moment he is there by his lonesome, and he will get taken down as well. And in towards the end of the game, Flying Eagles are 1 game down against the Violet Xylophones in this finals.
The long-living champions, Flying Eagles, have been taken down in game number 1 by the new underdogs, which is going to be Violet Xylophones. They really showed why they deserved that second chance, taking away a point in their favor in the grand finals towards securing that spot for the nationals. So definitely here, Flying Eagles really need to step up with their craft and their game plan in the next game if they want to tie the score for a 1-1, because otherwise Violet Xylophones will definitely show them who's the boss and take it away a 2-0 like they did in the lower bracket grand finals, as we saw just a while back. So definitely, Kronos, that was one heck of a game. YSAM showing why Alucard is a very stable jungler at the moment, especially against something like a Suyo, who is considered to be the #1 jungler in the current meta.
I agree. You know, you usually have your top 3 junglers at the moment. It's Tetsuyo, it's the Joy, it's the Julian, and of course you have your assassins like Fanny and Hayabusa that's still there. But Alucard trying to make a name for himself in this current meta. He has the sustain, he has the damage after getting buffed multiple times, and YSAM showing that with the right structure, with the right partners, with the right people by his side, he will be able to make something happen in the land of Dawn. And that's what happened. They stacked up the CC, they were able to reach the backline with that Joy, and just enough space provided. All Mao had to do with his Herald was dance around, pick up those kills, and it was an absolutely great performance coming in after having a shaky start in the early game. I think Flying Eagles need to find, you know, an answer to this, or this could be the end of their journey into representing Austria in the European qualifiers. So at the moment, folks, so don't go anywhere. My name is Kronos. Alongside me, Sarah. We will be back after this short break for the next game in this best of 3 series of the grand finals. Welcome back, everyone. You are watching the Austrian qualifiers for IESF at the moment. The winners of this series will go ahead in towards the European qualifiers. And of course, joining me, I'm Kronos. Joining me, Ray. We had Sarah here earlier, and we didn't want to make you wait that time. We took you straight into the game. But right now, we got to make sure to thank our sponsors. Ain't that right, Ray?
Yeah, of course, we have to give the huge shout out to everyone who made it possible for us. Heinefest Gaming, Tartarus Esports, White Feathers Arcadia, and of course, we also have Flying Eagles who are playing right now for game number 2 into the grand finals. And of course, the Federation of Austria who made it all possible completely. And of course, Mobile Legends Bang Bang.
I mean, hey, if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't be having something right now, right?
Yeah.
But, of course, at the same moment, folks, let's not wait any further. The draft is already underway. We are here, and you are looking at the draft that could possibly be the final game unless and until Flying Eagles pull up and say, like, hey, we've been dominating the Austrian scene for such a long time. So right now we want to, make our claim once again. But will this new team of Violet Xylophones led by Soda be able to pick up the victory? Because looking at the draft, Ray, I'm not going to lie, it's looking 50-50 right now.
Yeah, so far, obviously, 50-50. Talking about the draft, you obviously have the Badang and the Matilda, two of the key heroes in the meta. Mobility plus the crowd control. And I would say he's a really good frontliner too, so it's a really decent draft. And also, I want to mention Stefan's Airthel got savage on the first game of the first day of the playoffs, right? So it's something to look out for, but at the same time, we just noticed, right? We just noticed how the side of Team Violet Xylophones were able to get that victory in the previous game. And they made an Alucard work. They've been surprising me so much, but this time, obviously, it looks like they're going in for a little bit more traditional. They're going to focus on just getting the Suyo and perhaps just snowball the game.
Yeah, I think they want to take the Suyo, but they also not only looking for the snowball, they also got the back line in the form of Untouched with the Xavier this time around. And the late game Xavier kind of hurts, to be honest, if you ask me. They are looking for an opening with an Assassin. The Fanny is still available. The Hayabusa is still available. And if I was Flying Eagles, I'll try and get my hands on those as quick as possible, because the only band that's left that could be maybe... It's got to be a Hayabusa, right? They want to protect this Xavier. So if a Hayabusa is banned out, then you got to go for the Julian to make it work. Because if you're not going for the Julian, what are you going for?
Can they really go in for a Joy right now? Is it really possible?
Ooh, yeah. I think a Joy would really make it great.
I want to mention one thing. Okay, they're going in for a Lua Wii. That is honestly out of the table. I was not expecting that. Why so? Did they expect a diversion play coming in this time? I know it's a combination of Flying Eagles going for Matilda. It's really nice. Good touch. If they want to get a win, obviously you got to commit to the Matilda Airlines. But it is a combo, but they are leaving the table open for the Joy as well as the Hayabusa. And that's the thing about, Untouched. The Selena really worked out in the previous series. But the Xavier doesn't have that much of mobility. Don't really have a Matilda on their team, so not going to have that dashes either. So unless Chao is their frontliner, I don't think so. Gonna need a lot of proper defense, a lot of ground cover up, or there's going to be a lot of flanking coming in from Matilda Airlines.
Yeah, I think a lot of flanking would be possible, but I think this Hayabusa being left open, kind of questionable in my opinion. Yes, you have a Cho on the other side. That's kind of a threat. Yes, you have the Suyo as well, but you still want to go for the Hayabusa because he still works. He's in the meta. He's one of the top junglers for a reason. So I think it's gotta be the Hayabusa. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised about the Terizla because they want to make an AOE play, but with that penalty zone. But it's gotta be the Hayabusa, right? I don't see any other answer right now, Ray.
Yeah, it's definitely just gonna be the Hayabusa, and I think just like you mentioned, Chao is a threat, but how much? Obviously, Prada is aware of the fact that maybe they are aware. So I'm not really sure. Okay, there's no way they're going to go with the Ling. It's going to be Hayabusa. But yeah, on the other hand, I'm really curious to see what they're going to pick up for the mid lane, because Xavier has one of the strongest clears in the game. So has to be someone that can match or at least out-rotate him so they can try to gain the upper hand as much as possible. What they're going to go for, only 3 seconds. Oh, no way. Vulcan bringing the Nana back into the game again.
Yeah, I think the Nana back into the game again. I'm kind of not surprised just because they need a lot of crowd control, and knowing Wolkenstern, who's picked up this Nana before, it makes sense because the dive is present from the side of Violet Xylophones, but I don't know, is it going to be enough to stop them?
Yeah, when you have almost a full-on diving composition, right? You have the Chow, you have the Suyu, multiple people diving in. Is it going to be that single Molina? I know it can transfer multiple people, but how precise do you have to be? Because obviously, there can be the Shunpo and just immune it, right? So there's a possibility of it, okay? What is Mao going to go for? Is it going to be the Bruno? It is or is it going to be the Popola and Koopa? Okay, this time around, though, looks like Mao wants to go in for the gold lane Inspire. I know Popol and Koopa is extremely well in 1 versus 1 because he does make it unfair. It's a 1 versus 2 technically, but it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna win out the gold lane, especially because this time I'm really curious. Stefan being one of the top gold laners in Austria, of course, really, really curious to see how this one is gonna go.
Yeah, I think I am curious indeed. He went for the Vengeance instead, so I mean. Not the best, but to be honest, he could have gone for another angle. Maybe a flicker would have been better on this Popol and Koopa. But
exactly.
If you ask me right now, sorry to say this, I am a little close to the members of Flying Eagles, but looking at the draft, I would say Flying Eagles don't have the best answer just because I don't like the skin that's running on the Hayabusa. But all jokes aside, with the Popol and Koopa there, he's my favorite hero. I got to side with him, but I think it's kind of 50-50, Ray. It's looking 50-50.
It's definitely looking 50-50 for a few reasons. The first thing is obviously the team composition. Not really sure how well it's going to be working out. Especially, I know Wolk Nana works out, but how much it's going to be a question because obviously Violet Xylophones just proved themselves in the previous game that they're forced to be reckoned with. But at the same time, the other side, Violet Xylophones picking up the Popol and Koopa with the Vengeance. I am doubting it mainly because if he gets stuck inside the Bodang's Fist Crack and Wall, I'm not sure how he's going to be escaping that chain CC that's going to be following through.
Yeah, he's got to find a way to escape that chain CC, of course. But at the moment, I think in the Land of Dawn, if you ask me, this Popol and Koopa definitely going to be a problem if he gets his hands on these turret structures, which he's been doing so in the previous game. And right now, they need to find a way to get that flank angle and make sure it's possible for them to secure a win. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to take that top 1 spot that they want to be in Austria so far.
Yeah, this is a road to Riyadh decision after all. It could be a clean sweep, but Flying Eagles, they want to stop it. But, the flanking, it's going to come on from both. Maybe Jay is going to be looking to get the kick right down to the nodes. But okay, just a little bit poking happening on the top lane. Nothing surprising. But Hayabusa, does it want to commit? No, not just yet.
Yeah, Hayabusa not yet level 4, but here goes Jeet Kune Do combo. He gets a knock up as well. Mystic Field to hold him in place. Ysam goes in. He has the Soul Sever to clean up, but doesn't have enough damage just yet. Molina to catch him off guard. Level 4. Prada has it. He has the Guiding Wind as well to get out of harm's way, and I think he doesn't want to commit. And the rotation prowess coming in from the side of Violet Xylophones is quite fast indeed.
Yeah, having the Chow is just showing the flex. The amount of rotation that they're able to do. And of course, Suyo, with the amount of dashes that he has, is able to rotate the map a little bit more faster because obviously Hayabusa has the cooldown onto his shadows, but his are much more shorter, so he can rotate a little bit faster. But they do have the Matilda to maneuver around the map, and obviously both of these teams are going to be looking for a flank for a simple reason. The Xavier and the Nana both are going to be the annoying thing that they need to deal with, but right now Soda's presence, look at him just coming in. Let's see what they're going to do, what they're going to cook. The turtle soup is gonna need to be edible.
Yeah, I think at the moment they need to find a way to pick up the turtle. And you can see first the blood in the hands of Violet Xylophones. And so far, they've been catching the early game pretty well. They need the farm. They need the levels to hit their power spike, especially with the Hayabusa. He needs to farm up as fast as possible. But you do not want the Suyo to get out of control. Otherwise, you're not going to find a way to snowball as well. And you're not going to find a way to make a comeback. So far, control, momentum on the side of course. Oh, never mind. Just when I said Violet Xylophones was going to have control, they gave it away with the mispositioning coming in from Untouch.
Yeah, I know these are the small things, but they're gonna build up to the bigger thing, right? The Suyo did get the... Oh, what's happening?
Shadow. Molina, he was able to immune it so perfectly, but maybe Jay with the Jikundo might go into the back line. Does have the flicker available, doesn't want to commit just yet. And Mao with the Bidem Koopa want to go in. 10-inch unbuffed, does have the Circling Eagle. Not looking to commit. They're waiting, biding their time, waiting for a neutral objective to spark up so they can actually go gung-ho on towards the other side.
And I really love the rotation coming in from Soda as well as Papa Hades. Both of these EXP laners obviously so impressive, and having that knowledge, even when they did not have information, they knew that the other was definitely rotating towards the mid bush, and Badang was just there. It's just really great to see that they... Oh, looks like maybe Jay wanted to go in. Would he get taken down? Was that a kick?
Oh, no, it wasn't. I don't know. Was it?
It was.
I mean, I think so. I kind of missed it because he went in with a quad shadow. I thought it probably not a kick, but seems like it was at the end. I wish I had a replay because I'm trying to find out if there is. But yes, I feel like it was. But Molina catching them off guard. Molina bullets being used as well. They don't get their hands on the purple buff. Maybe Jay right now might get caught out. They have the quad shadow. They want to commit with the Yogi shadow kill. Not just yet. They can see Circling Eagle into the back line, but able to get out of harm's way. They have Mao who's trying to dish out the damage on towards them, but doesn't want to go in just yet. 10-inch unbuffed at the moment. Doesn't have the Circling Eagle to make the play, so Papa Hades is the one that's going to be looking for the fist crack, and right now this is the time. But the Mystic Field putting a stop and foiling their plans. Prada looking for the flank angle once again, Ray.
Both of the teams are definitely looking for that flank angle, trying to get down the Xavier or the Nana out. Perhaps the goal lane just hasn't joined the team fight yet, but looks like the turtle is going to be uncontested because Hayabusa just is not contesting it just yet. Perhaps taking the safe route. I'm not really sure. Didn't really focus on the split push either because the other lane, long lane, was empty. So I'm not really sure what they're trying to decide. Are they trying to stall the game a little bit for the Eartel to farm up? Because the Eartel does have a better AoE compared to Popol and Koopa. So they will have more power as into those team fights later on.
Yeah, I think might be waiting for that timing, right? That's what they want to do at the moment. There's no possible way for them to find any answers as well. And I think at the moment, if you ask me, it's just the more they're giving a hand in towards the Violet Xylophones, not getting the control, the more they let it go. But on the top side, you were right, Ray. They wanted Stefan to farm up. They found a solo kill, but Papa Hades might get caught out right now. But he flickers out of harm's way. And I think the Way of the Dragon came in a little too late. And that kind of spoiled the plans.
Just a split second late and spoiled the plans completely, Kronos. And they're heading towards the top lane. This Stefan is aware of it. Gonna probably get knocked up.
Oh my goodness, at the moment, Stefan, he was left alone, gets taken down, but here's the Circling Eagle, but the quad shadow missed completely, not able to find the angle at all. Prada, that was a mistake, but Molina, Wolkenstern, here to save the day. He goes in for the Ogi shadow kill, but not able to catch them. Untouch is there at the moment, left completely open. It could be the angle that they're looking for. 10-inch unbuff should be taken down, and yes, he does. And meanwhile, in the back line, Hayabusa trying to find the angle, and yes, he will be able to. Prada, able to secure the kill on towards maybe Jay. It's so even thus far, but the goal lead still in the hands of Violet Xylophones, but the flicker penalty zone in towards the back line. Soda wants to go on top of Wolkenstern, and you can sense some bad blood coming in, as right now Molina is there to hold him off guard, and Stefan doesn't want to commit because he doesn't have the items just yet. Not the power spike that they're looking for. Flying Eagles are buying themselves more and more time. Oh.
Look at this top lane.
No, he won't. No,
Oh.
not like that. Not like that. Flying Eagles had the opportunity, but they butchered it. And Prada not able to find the angle that we've been talking about the entire game so far, Ray.
Zero trades on there, and instead they lost two of their important bodies. It was Prada and Stefan, gold laner and jungle, being taken down for none. It's not looking good, as with the goal lead is climbing up around 7,000 at 8 minutes right now, and we can clearly see the difference and the amount of presence. They've already taken down one of the important structures, that the mid lane turret, and gonna be able to invade Hayabusa's most of his purple resources, so he's gonna face a little bit on that energy management. On the other hand, Suyo is just having a lot of freeze, because obviously I'm not sure, Prada did not really go in for the objectives, and right now it's just showing the result, because Suyo, he might not exactly be on a massive kill streak, but he is creating that impact, having that upper hand and that slight snowball into their team. 3-6 score doesn't look like much, but it's there. The impact can be felt, as right now Flying Eagles are kind of forced back into a corner, and Papa Hades might be the only answer, because they're looking for that flank, looking for a flicker combo play, and just waiting to see if they can find that gap and give Stefan the itemization, the gold, and the kills they need.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, there's not been so much done, but Molina Blitz catches them off guard, but in the back line, Soda goes in for the penalty zone, forcing out the flicker. The separation is created. Flying Eagles trying to find a way to fly out of there with the guiding wind, but unable to do so. Sam comes in, Soul Sever to pick up that kill and clean up shop after Papa Hades. They get another. Prada with the quad shadow could go in for the Yogi shadow kill, but doesn't find them. Prada is almost taken down, but Stefan comes in to save the day. A Force of the Queen able to pick up the kill, and I think it all comes down to the poke that's been coming in from Untouched the entire time with those dawning lights, Ray.
And this is where you look at the damage. Hayabusa is going to be definitely either forced to recall, or he can't really come. Okay, he's probably going to commit to the split push, knowing well that the Lord is up, and the side of teams, Violet Xylophones, is just going to prioritize it immediately without any issues. Just going to go for the split push, providing the information, but obviously the Lord's going to go into his hands. And Xavier obviously doing his absolute best job, because that's what a Xavier is supposed to do. Maintain the distance from the enemy assassins and just deal the damage from the back end, and make sure you create hell for the opponents and force out recalls, or at least make them back off from the team fights that's engaging on. And obviously Soda here, I really wanted to mention, team Flying Eagles, they fly in and they want to take down someone. Obviously, Vulcan also comes in, but the response time from Soda, catching them off guard with the flicker penalty zone each time is beautiful. Oh, the top lane though!
Oh my goodness, and just when you thought Flying Eagles were down and out for the count, they made a play. 10-inch unbuff, went for the circling eagle, caught them off guard, and Prada was there to clean up shop with the Yogi shadow kill. And finally, I think this is the moment that Flying Eagles were looking for. Unfortunately, the Lord is already marching down the top side. Soda gets caught in the Molina right now. They're trying to clear the mid wave, trying to get that tier 2, but the Lord is still left looking quite healthy. Will get taken down right now, and here comes the second set of super minion waves. Unbuff wants to go in with the guiding wind, and here he goes with the circling eagle into the back line. Sam gets knocked up, but Prada over here has the quad shadow to get out of harm's way. Soda with the penalty zone, trying to catch them off guard. The guiding wind to make sure that they can run away. Stefan already unlocked the crossbow, but at the moment, they do not want to commit. Both teams realize that they need time, especially Flying Eagles, after being behind by 5.5k in gold.
Exactly. They need to maintain the discipline that they just showed and take down targets one by one, like they did under the top lane from maybe Jay. And if they can repeat that a few more times and just give a little bit more space for Stefan to farm up, they might just be able to do so. Because at the end of the day, the Irithel has much more AoE than Popol and Koopa, and if they're able to give him the space, he might just be able to give so. And talking about the itemization, I think the Xavier does have the Wishing Lantern, because I am seeing the butterflies flying throughout the map. Okay, yep, he has it along with the glowing one, so probably gonna go in for the Winter Crown perhaps to make sure he doesn't get taken down immediately by Prada, but let's see.
Soda right now though got caught on towards the wall. Lord is still Not yet there. 40 seconds, but you can see both the waves, all three waves rather, the pressure on towards Flying Eagles is quite a lot at the moment, and they're softening them up with the blows from that dawning light, and all YSAM has to do is go for the finisher. But oh, the quad shadow connected at the moment, waiting to bait out something, but YSAM stands tall, saying that you're not gonna outplay me. But maybe Jay here wanted to go for the Jeet Kune Do combo in towards the way of the dragon, but the damage dealers, Mao along with Untouch, are looking for space to destroy the back line of Flying Eagles, and the one doing that, leading the charge, of course, Soda with this Terizla. But Papa Hades, what are you doing there?
Oh,
Gets
no.
caught out, flickers out of harm's way. He's able to get out as well, but they will sacrifice the Luminous Lord for that play, Ray.
He does survive, which was commendable, but yeah, they're gonna give out the Lord, and look at it. They don't have many more turrets left. Only the inhibitor standing. Obviously, there's a tier 2 standing as well, but it's not gonna stand for too long. It's gonna get immediately taken out. Oh, maybe Jay almost caught Prada here, but he does recall just in time. But overall, right now the goal lead is around a staggering close to 7,000 at 13. Almost 14 minutes in, the Luminous Lord's gonna march down.
Oh, it was now or never. Prada got the quad shadow. Untouched was able to flicker as well. It was beautifully played. Both the teams doing their best. The Lord crashing into the top side. Maybe Jay catches him with the way of the dragon. Prada will want to get out of harm's way. He has the quad shadow going along with the guiding wind as well. This is the opening that both teams are looking for. The end is what they want, but maybe Jay does not have the initiation tool. But Soda looking for the opportunity, and there it is. He could go for the penalty zone right now with the flicker available as well. The Lord has been taken down. Molina Blitz to clear the wave just after picking up the Genius Wand. Wolkenstern is able to hold Flying Eagles together, and right now, I don't know, I saw an angle for Zoda to go in with that penalty zone. Did not want to commit just yet, realizing that Molina could be a complete problem, but oh my goodness, he went for the purple. Prada realizing he needed it, but gets taken down, and this is the opportunity the Wild Xylophones are looking for, Ray. They're looking for the end. Heavy crossbow on towards Zoda to soften him up, but oh my goodness, Stefan taken so low, and the waves crashing in from all three sides, and now only the bot left standing. All three inhibitors are gone. Soda looking for the angle. Then there's the penalty zone. He catches 4 of them. Winter Crown to help them, but there are no minion waves. He was a little too late in getting that A flight. He was a little too late to catch them off guard, and that bought Flying Eagles enough time, and they will not be able to, but this gets extended. Maybe Jay with the angle goes in with the way of the dragon, and they're able to get out of harm's way, but here comes Prada trying to catch them on towards Maybe Jay. Goes for the Yogi Shadow kill and cleans up, and Flying Eagles somehow, some way, Ray, after such a long fight, still survive.
It was extending for quite a bit, right? I almost thought maybe more bodies would be falling on. Maybe the moment Soda was almost taken down, this might be the great mistake they did, but he did survive at the nick of time, and he was able to get out of the situation, and so did Mao, almost getting taken down. And right now, the death timers are going to be quite massive, and they have to be aware of it. Soda hesitated at first, but right now, okay, he's stuck.
Oh, Soda right now gets caught between a rock and a hard place, trying to swing his hammer to survive, but I don't think he'll be there. He'll get taken down, but meanwhile on the back line, they take down 2. Oh my goodness, the flank on towards 10-inch unbuffed and Prada. They found it. They see the bot lane. The minions are crashing in. They need to find the recall, but they haven't just yet, and I think Stefan doesn't realize he's a little too late. Maybe Jay trying to cancel him, and he does. Meanwhile, Wolkenstern's the only one left standing in there. He wants to clear the wave, but he's not able to. Austria have a new champion in Violet Xylophones, sweeping Flying Eagles 2-0 in the finals of the Austrian National Qualifiers.
What just... Oh my god. The end boss. The OG has been taken down. He has been dethroned. Flying Eagles and Wolkenstern, they will not be making it to Riyadh because, oh my god, Violet Xylophones are the new champions for Austria. Oh my god, this is insane. I was rooting for them. They were the underdogs, of course. Soda must be so happy right now. He's gonna have the upper hand over Vulcan for a year at least. Sorry, Vulcan, but obviously, oh my God, Kronos, I am feeling absolute goosebumps, and obviously your voice was absolutely shaken as well. We were obviously expecting a game number 3 where everything would come down, but a clean sweep by Violet Xylophones. Oh my God. Which
It was a clean sweep indeed, and oh my goodness, what a way for them to actually find an angle, find a way to end the game. And I think Flying Eagles held their composure. They had it. They were trying to make that comeback possible. But just towards the end, I thought Stefan was about to recall. He canceled his recall thinking that they could defend, and ignoring the marksman that usually nobody does. And I think this is brilliance coming in from YSAM. He realized that Stefan had the wind of nature, did not want to commit, just went straight for the problem, which was this Matilda the entire time. And 10-inch unbuffed absolutely got demolished in that purple buff area, realizing that Prada needs that purple buff to kind of survive, needs that purple buff to engage and have his energy ups, and then all that. Next thing you know, they were just waiting. They went for the 3-2 play, and oh my goodness, did it work or did it not? Because it was an absolutely brilliant performance coming in from Violet Xylophones.
absolutely, Kronos, like all throughout every decision that they made, obviously there were slight mishaps, but they made it work. Obviously, some people might say like if the end is good, everything's good, but their decisions making throughout whole the game, like just like you mentioned, like the decision making from YSAM, it was so crucial, right? I almost thought he's gonna go in for the Airtel as well. I was not expecting it. I don't think Flying Eagles were as well. They held up their composure. They were put back into a place, but they tried to come back. Obviously, we almost thought Stefan would be the key to victory and leading it to a game number 3. But definitely, Violet Xylophones just proved a lot of people wrong today. And you know, just like they say, you have to go through Wilkenstern, right? He's the end boss for Austria, one of the OGs, and they finally were able to cut the clips. The wings for Flying Eagles, and now they're going to be the ones who's going to be soaring high and going to be going to the Euro qualifiers, and I'm so happy for them.
Yeah, and I think I am as well. They clipped the wings of the Flying Eagles, and right now they're playing music in the ears of all their supporters and also all their fans and their teammates. They're playing the xylophone, and Violet Xylophones right now are having a field day. They'll be celebrating, of course. They'll be representing Austria in the national qualifiers, in the European qualifiers, on the road to Riyadh. So it was absolutely crazy.
Yeah, Kronos. Just a single thing I wanted to mention. When you were casting with Sarah, right? You told me about the voting poll. It was 100% for Flying Eagles. And they proved a lot of people.
And if I'm not wrong, right now it was again in almost close to 100% towards Flying Eagles, saying they'll be able to win. It came up to 73, and 26% said no. And I think that just goes to show that Flying Eagles still have fans. And I think Soda still has love for Flying Eagles, not gonna lie, but
of course, yeah.
I mean, it was a great game. It was a great series, and I think they realized that they have to clip the wings as early as possible, make it a 2-0, and the 2-0 kind of, kill the dreams and hopes of Flying Eagles.
Yes, they did, and really happy for Violet Xylophones. Congratulations to them. Their performance have been excellent. Their performance against Underrated, they already told me, like they did have a lot of potential, but obviously Flying Eagles, they stood like tyrants, like they stood like on the throne. Obviously, Vulcan is one of their main targets, and they did a really great job. And obviously speaking from Indian meta, a Nana pick, people would laugh in the Indian meta. They would not believe the Nana would be working out, but Vulcan made it work so many times. The Blitz, it was really amazing. Coming in here, casting, it was definitely a pleasure seeing these teams. A lot of emotions flew me. I definitely felt goosebumps, not just because I know them personally, nor is that a lot of emotions are related, but the vibe and the stories that they have created, really great. What a beautiful ending. Not just ending, it's beginning of a new story for them. I'm really happy for them. Overall, that's all that I have to say from my part. And it was a pleasure being here with you, Kronos.
Hey, always a pleasure to be a part of everything at the moment. And I think thank you so much for joining as well, Ray. Thank you so much. Of course, let's not forget the sponsors, Tartarus, the Whitefeathers Arcadia. You have Heinerfest Gaming, and of course, Flying Eagles themselves, who reached the finals and were unable to make it to the European qualifiers. Maybe Violet Xylophones might have a different roster that goes into the European qualifiers. Maybe they play under a new name. You never know. But at the moment, they are the champions, and they've proven themselves in the region of Austria. Of course, it would not be possible without the support of the National Federation of Austria once again. And thank you so much to IESF to make this all possible, along with National Federation of Austria, of course. And thank you so much, Mobile Legends Bang Bang. It was an absolutely great event, and looking forward to more from Austria, from Europe as well. This is Kronos, alongside me, Ray. We're out of here. Have a great night, folks.
Great night.